Have you ever experienced an identity crisis? That moment where you question who you are, what you value, whether you're on the right path. If you have ever experienced this, I'll tell you that you are not alone. And an identity crisis is hard in the context of academia. This is because your identity is not just personal, it is tied to your research work, to your discipline, to future job opportunities. When that shakes, it can be very problematic. Today, I want to share with you a story about how I navigated an academic identity crisis and the steps you can take if you ever experience such. First, I never wanted to study philosophy. I wanted to be a lawyer. But when I didn't get into law school, I decided to opt for philosophy. Eventually, I fell in love with philosophy because it taught me to think critically, to ask hard questions, and to write clearly. But then, after every class on Aristotle and Kant and Plato, I kept asking myself, so what? What do I do with this? And in the midst of asking those questions, I came to realize that I wanted to do philosophy in a way that interacts with the public, in a way that solves real outside world problem. And that was when I located my core, what I really wanted to do. So the first step towards navigating an academic identity crisis is to locate your core. What exactly do you want to do? I found interest in bioethics and health policy. I researched on health workers' migration, and I came to the United States to further my research in grad school. But it is in grad school that my crisis happened. When I started my PhD program, I soon realized that my research work on health workers' migration did not fit into the new context that I found myself, and I needed to look for a new research topic. I started questioning everything I knew. Would I ever find a new research topic that I'm interested in? And am I in the right path? Am I doing the right thing? But in the midst of all of that, I decided to seek for opportunities that align with my core, even though they are outside the traditional boundaries of my discipline. I leaned in on mentors and other people I found at conferences. I took classes outside my department. I did internships, volunteered for camps, for STEM camps, and collaborated with other students from other departments. In the midst of doing all of this, I found out how I could use philosophy. I could apply philosophy to other domains, particularly in healthcare. And this led me to find my sweet spots. Now, my research work focuses on race in American medicine, and while undergoing my internships, I saw health disparities up close, saw how race sometimes can be used in American medicine to reinforce stereotypes and even worsen health outcomes for minorities. And right now, I'm using my philosophical training to question those assumptions with the aim of improving healthcare in medicine. So now I'm applying my philosophical training to the medical practice in the United States. None of this really fits into traditional philosophy, but with the opportunities that I sought, I learned how to apply my philosophical training to a different domain. So this leads me to the second point, which is seek help and opportunities that align with your core. The first step is to find your core. The second is to search for opportunities that align with your core. Now I'm in a better place and with a better understanding of my identity, and I am now able to embrace the fact that it is okay for one's identity to evolve. Sometimes when you are crafting your academic identity, it will require you to leave the comfort zone of your disciplines. It can be scary, But if staying within the boundaries of your discipline does not necessarily resonate with your core, if the questions you are interested in exploring and asking sometimes, if it does not really fit into what your discipline is about, you can actually carve out a niche for yourself by using your trainings, the trainings that your discipline has provided you. You can use it to push forward knowledge in another domain. So if you're navigating an academic identity crisis, trying to figure out who you are, the third step is to realize that, okay, academic identity can change. So the 3 steps that I would outline is: 1, locate your core; 2, seek help and opportunities that align with your core; and 3, embrace the fact that identity, they do change, they evolve, and they might not even be within the boundaries of your discipline. And that is okay.